Hello everybody, it is FRC 2013 season and we're back to Albert Park for the 2013 Australian Grand Prix, the season opener for the third season in a row is in Australia. Uh, well, the race was supposed to uh, start yesterday, but it was delayed for today, and now it is delayed for 5 minutes one more time. I'm sorry for that. So let's not waste any time and go straight to the starting grid, as after an exciting qualifying yesterday, Jake Tilsley finds himself on pole position with Adam Hidayat on second position alongside the British driver. P3 Max Smithrow, the Welshman, P4 Santino Andreoli, the Frenchman on Lotus, P5 Blackwood, a great performance by Mercedes in this qualifying for both cars, P6 Fuji Carmin, P7 Alex Luan, his best qualifying in Toro Rosso so far, and P8, the second fastest Mercedes is Aditya Bagos, and starting right behind him will be the Brazilian and ex-Mercedes driver Rodrigo Jimenez. P10 McLaren actually finds itself in Q3, but only to find out that they're the slowest out of all 10 drivers. P11 Erika Hanebusa, P12 Daniel Fraser, P13 Jake Paholker, P14 the fraud Aboba Bobovic, who changed his team for this season. P15 is one of the HRTs, but just ignore the Marusha thing. P16 Rosetta Martinez, the slowest out of the Q2 drivers. P17 Litmin Pasalic and P18 Nicholas Johansson. Starting from the 10th starting row is going to be Andrew Parcels and Simon Toscan, and P21 and P22 for Hakuchi Akasa and Benji Rushton on P22, and it is going to be no rain for today's race. And also joining our virtual commentary booth is Pauza.
Hello everyone, and yeah, it's been a well a long time since the 2012 season preseason testing. So yeah, back to it again, but this time it's the real race here, Australian Grand Prix, and it's been a pleasure to be here in the commentary booth.
Well, it's time to start. Do you want to do the uh, starting lights thing?
Here come the lights out.
And it's lights out, and we will go for a pretty slow start, I should say, with a Red Bull and Lotus going side by side, and Hide takes the lead. Give me a moment to fix the lags, hopefully.
Keep
Yeah, now
lights
it's a
kind
bit
of
better.
It's a bit better there, yeah, but Hidayat takes the lead. It's a Lotus 1-2 now.
And Tilsley is down
See
to
here.
P4.
Ooh, seriously, yeah, drop down to P4, starting on pole there, and right around the inside. That's one of the Mercedes of, I think, yeah, it is Blackwood. They're going side by side through the turn 4 and 5. You see there both of the Ferraris of Max Miffler and Armin, both still right behind. They're still trying to look for a move. They're just waiting for something to happen in front. But Tillerface, they're still going side by side. Oh, somebody locked on. That's Armin.
Oh, and here comes the
Oh,
first
and a big
crash.
crash. And that's Daniel Fraser, McLaren Mercedes, the first retirement of the season and the first retirement of the race.
Yeah, very unfortunately.
So it looks as though he might. Yeah, so. Ooh, yeah, it was probably the concertina effect of everybody's braking and Jakob Horlacher just got snapped on the back
Oh,
there. Oh, there's even more contact there. Samuel Oskan and Obovic. Definitely seen a lot of accidents here at the start of a race, don't we?
yes indeed. And it's not even the first lap, no, it's not even the second lap of the race. And two Lotus cars are already just built
Yep.
an amazing gap.
Yeah, they already built an amazing gap there. I think it was about 2 or 3 seconds, but there you see the Atia pack has been literally sandwiched by the Ferraris. So we see Andrioli in second place, and then in front, of course, the other Lotus. To the first corner, Andrioli sets the fastest lap time. Yeah, still leads. Andrioli in second place. There might be some moves made there. Backus trying to defend on his position on Armand. Say Blackwood. Decent position so far for him, and you see Armand's going to try to go on the
Oh,
inside. Smithler locks up the brakes.
yeah,
And
very unfortunate for two Ferraris.
did he just slide coming out of that first corner there?
Yep.
Oh, there he goes. Luan in the pit lane. I think that's because of the damage
Oh,
that he sustained.
what's happened?
There might be some contacts earlier on, but we didn't really see what's going on there.
Yeah, he had a very good starting position, but something went wrong, and he's lost his front wing. And oh, it was in this accident.
Oh, could be a contact with his teammate there, which I think it was Eureka Hanabusa.
Yeah,
Oh, yikes! Yep, and oh boy.
but surprisingly for Erika, she had no damage to her rear wing.
Yeah, Hanabusa, no damage to his car at all. A bit surprised there. I thought he was gonna hit. I think it was Rodrigo Jimenez. So, yeah, that is the only McLaren day passing by. That's Fernando Toss in 8th place so far, which is only the second lap of the race. So, yeah, this could be a long race with these slow of processes. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, that's one of Ferraris. That's 2 Ferraris still in 5th and 6th, but especially there in 6th place, Max Smithler. Still trying to hang on, but Backus trying to look on the outside on the fast. Oh, and then no rooms there, being cut across there from by Max Smithler. still a pretty decent race so far, but there you see Simon Oskan, and well, absolutely nowhere to go there, and in the first lap of the race, had to get the front wing change. So we see back is really close on the back on Smithler there. About 10, probably about 2 car lengths away. And the that I'm hitting at goes fastest in a Renault, loads as a Renault, 27x27, x67s actually.
And the DTR buggers will be trying to go for a move for P6 for some higher positions. Is going to be very close and very dangerous, and of course they are going to
Oh,
collide.
they're going to collide. There's no way that he could make into that corner there, but Smithler out of the race. What on earth is even going on here?
Yeah, very stupid move.
Oh, and yeah. He could have just... I honestly think that Smithler could have leave back as a bit more room there. But unfortunately, it's being clash into one of Ferrari's. The Ferrari's just absolutely gone. So that's one Ferrari's gone. And so does one of the McLaren's. Does also gone as well. But they see Paracello's still trying to hang on in there, trying to battle the HRT that you wouldn't normally see into F1 2013 because, well, in the real life 2013 season for HRT.
Yeah.
So you see there, that's one of the salvers of the HRT there, Akasa. So Akuchi that is Akuchi Akasa, still trying to defend. He's going defensive on the inside. That is just a little bit too close for comfort there.
He will definitely not try to go for a move into the chicane. It's so dangerous.
Yeah, the yellow flag's still there for Max Smithler, and there it is. Back is without the front wing.
And it's
Benji
Rushton
Rushton.
pass like
He tried to there onto turn 13, but it wasn't really enough.
Nebusa also trying to defend her position from another Filipino, Rosette Martinez. Oh, that's plenty of close battles in the midfield. And Bagus finally pits. Here is car of Max Midler. Hopefully they're going to be green flags really soon, and yes, they are here. 7.8 seconds caused Bagus to change his front wing, and more than 30 seconds to go through the pit lane.
Turn back is probably pretty gutted there. Trying to go for a move into turn 1 really doesn't gonna work, but I feel like mostly that's on Max Smithler's fault there because he didn't really left any room for backers to pass through. And I think that Bacchus might be maybe getting challenged there from Simon Oscar in the Caterham car. But, ooh, yeah, but I mean Mercedes a lot better, had a lot of better arrows than the engine than the Caterhams.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a little bit of swipe there for Ryan Adam. Just swipe across the other driver, that's Nicholas Johansson. See, only about lap 5 of the race. Yeah, this will definitely be a long, long race.
Yeah.
Possibly 2 hours here. As we go, Johansson looks on the inside of Ryan Adam going to turn 1. The Williams driver may just about to pinch it through, and he does. Goes to P10. You see there both the Red Bull affiliated teams, the Red Bull themselves and the Toro Rosso being at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, the Lotus, surprisingly, they're performing pretty well. What did you think there,
Yeah, they are. I mean, Hidet was fighting for pole position yesterday, but just missed out on it. And yeah, it's time for him to actually win this race.
Good race to beat for Adam Hidia, to be honest, but still. See the rest of the field there. It's top 10 Adam. Probably losing the time a bit, and you see there Adam in P11 in the HRT. Of course, they were doing some kind of pretty decent forms. But, meanwhile, last year for them, kind of horrific stuff. Horrific to them, as they only could score 21 points and finish 9th in the Constructors' Championship. Not a good-looking number so far, but they just outside of points once more then.
Yeah, so actually we can see Nicholas Johansson and Rosel Martinez doing some pretty good job on their first laps already. 7 and 8 positions gained for both of them. And the only one who's lost some positions in top 10 is Jake Teasley, the pole sitter.
Pole sitter didn't really do what didn't really do much of his favor. I don't think so. So yeah, but there you see the other Red Bull there, Abu Bogic, pretty much right behind in P16, P17 there, and it is going to be a really tough situation for some of these guys. But there you see here, Adam Hidayat just about still hang on there with 1.5 second gap between him and Santino Andreoli, his teammate. Still a long gap there, and meanwhile they are also spreading the gaps between them and the entire field as well. As I think it would be like now, I think 10 seconds between just both the Lotus and the rest of the field.
Yeah. I think that's one of the races where only strategy can help other drivers to try and fight for a win. As we can say that some drivers will have 2 pit stop strategy, some drivers will try to go for just 1 pit stop, as they have 19 or 20 liters of fuel, like Tilsley or Armin on P4 and P5. Basically, that's why they're losing so much time, just like Jafar Blackwood. However, Lotus drivers are going for 2 pit stops and basically playing safe. So they'll have faster cars, but they'll spend 30 more seconds in the pits compared to other drivers in top 5, actually, except for Vuj Garmin.
Yeah, a lot of strategy, very varieties, so they could definitely play some roles here, as it is a 100% race, I think, right?
75.
75. So yes, so it's more likely to be one or two stops and not three, because yeah, it's well being reduced to 20, being reduced from 100% to 25%, but yeah, the strategy is still pretty much in favor, because with this track, just being street circuit, pretty tight, narrow, and pretty tough to pass, but unlike Baku. But yeah, so these guys probably gonna rely on strategy if they're gonna advance their positions. You see there to Tildesley in fourth place. It's now being followed right behind there by, I think it was yep, Vuzic Arming.
And is it Hidayat who sets another fastest lap? And yes, he does. It is, let me see,
27.560 there. That's a that's pretty fast lap time there. You see everybody else in like the first half, the first top 10, sitting at about 27 lap times, but from 10th below, it's yeah 28 from 11th I meant. So yeah,
yeah, if Hidayat and Andrelli are P1 and P3 in the fastest lap standings, then Blackwood, who is running third in the race, is only on 8th position, but we could see him and other drivers on basically one piece of strategy improving lap by lap.
yeah, because well they carry a bit more fuel than some of the guys that's taking less fuel, so they burning out their fuels just to make a better getting a better lap times, but they're also gonna wear their tires a bit more because they're pushing harder. But it's all part of a strategy for all these guys, so pretty much on their plan, I would say. You see the Vusic Armand in P5, still trying to follow Jack Tildesley in the Red Bull, just to make sure that he doesn't really overuse his tires, because there's still a pit stop to do. And there you see Hidayat, another fastest lap being made by the Lotus driver, the 127.545. Yeah, that is pretty much 15 milliseconds faster than his previous lap time, previous fastest lap time. And of course, we're still being in the 2013 cars, which they still have the curse, I think, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that might come into play, but I don't know if they are using it. Oh, they are using it. Okay, just as I was about to say.
Yeah, but just in
So
some weird places.
yeah, in the corners instead of the straight, which that was the what it's intended to use. You know. Lap 9 of the race. So far, no position change, but had quite a couple of crashes in the early laps of the race. They see, oh yeah, there he goes. He's putting on charge, just exiting out of turn 10, but still couldn't quite follow Jake Tiller's leader.
Oh, Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Whoa!
yeah, yeah.
Yoi, that I think did he hit the curves there, or is it a gearbox or somehow? So I think that was he. I think he's probably on gear 7.
Yep.
Gear 7, then oh boy, that might be something wrong with the clutch or the yeah he hit the curb, but on right, but on the left side of the panel, but that might cost him a bit of a that might cost him quite amount of quite amount of momentum. He pretty much lost sight of Jake Tildesley now as he just goes straight into turn 14 and 15, and you see a big time loss there.
Yeah, I was
And
just about to say that we might see battle between these two, as Vucic was running faster than his rival in the Red Bull because of difference in strategies, but no, Armin will have to try and close the gap to Tilsley again in the remaining 5-6 laps he has.
yeah, indeed. Well, he has 8.5 laps of field left, so he will probably come in soon, which I would think is probably going to be a one-stop strategy for him.
So let's see if it was actually a lockup and it cost the Montenegrin driver some tire resource. No, actually he's 1/10 of a second faster than his previous personal best.
Yeah, he could be able to catch up back to Jake Tildesley, albeit could be maybe could be some troubles for him. And there is see Tildesley, um, only 0.024 seconds faster than his previous sector lap times.
And yeah, we can see Tilsley did 29.345 and Armin 29.217.
Oh, and he's gone 2 tenths quicker now. He's gone 2 tenths quicker.
Yeah, but Tilsley had an even better middle sector, so
Oh yeah, that's also 2 tenths for him. But Armin is almost 3 tenths faster on his lap time, which I think we might see some lap times changing soon. And we're now into lap number 11 of the race now, and we're probably past the half an hour mark, I would say.
127.782 for Tilsley and what was the time again? 127.593 for Armin, so he was 2 tenths faster.
2 tenths faster. I think he probably could be able to battle him. Maybe in a few
Oh,
laps
whoa, whoa,
time. And
whoa, whoa!
oh,
Blackwood,
that's just
that was a mistake
Blackwood.
for him.
I think he went. I think he just. Oh, I think his brakes might have got faded.
Oh, you
Or
can
is it
see
his
some
tires?
strange vibrations.
Oh, yeah, severe vibrations there. But
Oh,
Blackwood, and he's gone into the grass. What on earth even happened to his back of the car?
yeah.
Oh yeah, front left lock up there. Couldn't do anything about it there. Tildesley just take the free position and he's take P3 now. But now Armin, what he has to do now, he has to fight up for a Blackwood now instead of Jake Tildesley.
And as we were just talking about Armin closing up to Tilsley, he's going to lose even more time behind Blackwood.
Or unless if, well, I mean, Blackwood probably ain't giving up their position that easy. But here it goes, Armin trying to look on the inside onto turn 9, but then
Ooh, you should be
and
careful.
Blackwood's almost really having a contact there, but Armin still hangs on in there. But he's gonna lost time to Childersley now. And that's probably gonna ruin his strategy there. He probably couldn't try to do every single thing that he can to try to overtake Blackwood to catch up to Childersley.
1 second lost.
1 second lost there. Oh jeez. And there he goes now. Armin's look on the back, and he looks on the inside. Is the team Blackwood still trying to hang on in there? Ooh. Yeah, he's so in front of Armin. But the longer that Blackwood holds Armin, well, the better that Tildersley is gonna get, because he's pretty much far away there. I think there's about a second gap there.
So the only hope is now to overtake on the main straight, and here comes Fuji Carmen side by side with the driver from Jamaica, and will he make it with DRS and Slipstream? Yes, he will. Yes, he's up to P4.
Up to P4 finally, after almost a full lap of trying, well, pretty much a full lap of trying to overtake Blackwood. Armin backs up to 4th now, and we're pretty much passing the quarter, yeah, 1/4 of the race now. So we're heading to lap 12.
Yeah, now it will be absolutely impossible for Armin to catch up to Tilsley again. It was 1.4 before the mistake for Blackwood, and it is 2.5 now.
You see that Fernando Toss actually is catching up to Blackwood as well. I think I've won a couple of into turn 9 and into turn 10. Decent there. But obviously McLaren hasn't been best known to be good in real life 2013 season, but comparing it to the last season's standings, they were actually in P3. They were actually competing for a championship as well. So maybe their luck could be turning around there. As you see, Fernando Toss is only just about half a second behind Blackwood. Blackwood goes defensive on the inside line into turn 13. He's going to really defend his line. See now, Toss is just right behind there. Still couldn't look for any move. Into the final couple of corners. Blackwood still stay ahead in P5 on lap 12 as we're heading to lap 13. Yeah, Toss still needs some slipstream there to use all of his DRS. See on his top speed now, just right behind Blackwood. Blackwood slows down a bit on turn 1. And I feel like he's probably gonna come around soon, and Toss is gonna go for it on the inside of Blackwood. Blackwood's trying to hold on in there, but he give enough room. But could he even try to get the booth done? No. Blackwood still hangs on the outside into P5, still in P5 then for Blackwood, one of the Mercedes drivers. So Toss probably has to try again if he wants to get that P5. But meanwhile, there is P7 of Rodrigo Jimenez. It's actually not far away from Fernando Toss and Blackwood. There we go. So Toss is still going to have to try again. Well, I think the battle has been pretty good so far, don't you think, Rishon?
Yeah, but Even if these two drivers are running on the same engines, Fernando has an advantage with DRS and probably some slipstream. He still cannot do anything compared to Jafari Blackwood, who's driving a much faster car this season. Meanwhile, Adam Hidayat starts lap number 14, and we're getting really close to the first scheduled pit stops of this race. So drivers like Armin, Tost, and Jimenez have 5 liters of fuel. I guess they'll be pitting in lap 17, 18. Also some drivers with 6 liters, like the two Lotus uh, drivers. But the problem is that the gap is really small between these two, just 1.8 seconds, and what will the strategists do with these two drivers? Running on the same strategy, running on P1 and P2 and still really close. Uh, just 2 seconds separate the teammates. And who'll be the first one to pit? That's the question. But for now, almost everyone in top 5 improves, except for Blackwood and Santino Andreoli, who is actually who actually has the fastest lap of the race, 127.356. 110 thousandths faster than his teammate. Yeah, and it will be very difficult for Fernando Tost to overtake. Is behind the Mercedes for 3 laps already, but still 1 second behind, and simply just nothing happens between these two. Tost tries to open his DRS on the main straight, but it doesn't really help. And we're just waiting for the first pit stops of the race. Meanwhile, Vucci Carmin says the fastest lap 127.710. And yes, it's time to pit for all the drivers who have 4 liters of fuel or less. And these drivers are Vucci Carmin, then Fernando Tost, who will go for an undercut on Jafari Blackwood, then it is Rodrigo Jimenez, Nicholas Johansson, and what about others? No, no more drivers pitting this lap. We also can see some statistics in the uh, bottom part of the screen. We can see all the drivers who pitted: Holger, Avoish, Luan, Bagus and Oskan. From P15 to P20 are the only drivers who have pitted in these 15 laps of the race. I would even say in the 5 laps of the race, after all the collisions that happened on lap number 1.
comes now. Armin's into the pits now. Splitting a bit of a strategy here, but here goes Fuzik Armin into the pit lane. There's Fernando Toss in the pit lane as well. Rodrigo Jimenez also coming to the pits.
And the last driver will be Nicholas Johansson.
Yeah, the others will go into the pits, but here comes Armin now into the pits. What's his time pit stop gonna be? Seems fairly decent so far, and yeah, the fuel's gonna have to fill up as well.
He's definitely not going to
And
be held up.
10.2, not a bad stop considering it's a fuel stop as well. Jimenez,
Oh, ho, ho,
meanwhile,
ho.
whoa, 10.1, but he's being held up by one of the Williams there for Fernando Toss. That might cost him a bit of time, but I
Oh,
think. Oh, is he going to be even able to overtake there? Jimenez goes up
no.
10-second flat, and he just clovers one of the Williams mechanic crew there.
Yeah. Nicholas Johansson ruined pit stops for Jimenez and tossed. Oh, ho, ho. Very close there.
All he was on. He needs a well. Next lap he's probably gonna get into the pits for fueling, but he's might have a little bit of battle here. Here comes Horlacher, going on the outside and try switch back on the inside into turn 3, and he's almost a full car alongside Fernando Tosta. I think he might try to go for a position here for P13. And he's going around the outside. He has a better exit coming out of that corner, and he goes into P13.
Yeah, that was a very good move. Ooh, three-way
Oh,
battle.
three-way battle there for P17. With Johansson takes P17 there, and I think he's just coming out. Yeah, he's just coming out P17. But then you see one of the Toro Rossos there. I think that was Alex Luan, who had a damage earlier on, and then you see Backers that. Just slipstreaming Luan. Luan trying to hang on in there. Oh, they're so close to contact there. And just caught napping there at the Packers on Alex Luan. Takes it P18 there for Backers. Simon Oskan still in P20. Couldn't really do anything about it.
And Hidayat is beating this lap. And Andrel has to stay out.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna have to stay out. Otherwise, it will be a double stack for the Lotus team. Which that might cost Andreoli some time there if the Lotus decides going to go double stacking. Meanwhile, Pasalic in 8th place, still yet to. I mean, he's already pitted, but he's come out in front of Max Smithler, I think. Oh, that's Marvin, sorry.
Yeah, there's going to be big problem for the Montenegrin as he's stuck behind the driver who did not pit yet.
He didn't pit it yet, so he's going long here for Pasalic.
Yeah, and it's some kind of a Caterham train here.
Yeah, Caterham's train's being built up, and you see here. I think Armin will probably gonna overtake the Caterham car pretty much easily, as you see right here. He has the DRS. There's a slipstream, but it's all Pasalic still trying to hang on in there, but he has to yield off pretty quickly there into turn 1. And Vusic Armin into P9 and Horlacher in the pit lane. I think that's one of the Toro Rossos waiting for their cars to come in.
It's Lotus.
Yeah, it's a Lotus. I was mentioning about that. But Horlacher gonna come into the pits and get his wings and well, fuels loaded up. 9.5 seconds, and that's the Caterham of Simon Oskan into the pit lane. He goes and
But the most important thing is Adam Hidayat, the race leader, pitting.
leads and well, they're not double stacking. I would assume there. Simon Oskan. Yep, Andreola is staying out.
And no,
Oscar
Oscar will not be a problem for the Frenchman.
Yep, not be a problem. There you see Hidayat changing to another set of prime tires. Nobody's going optional here, but yeah. But I think you can only get one set, one compound in a race. So that's going to be a prime tire, which is a soft tire. Or if this being ran in 2013, that would be the super soft tire. And I think, oh, that's somebody's going on an option tires as well. That's Hayabusa. Oh, and he's gonna go alongside,
Oh,
and he's overtaking him there.
what an easy move.
Hayabusa. What is going on with the Lotus of Hidayat? But he's just coming out of the pits, and here comes Rosetta Martinez going on the inside.
Oh!
And he's just so close to contact there. The Sabo don't want to make any contacts with the Lotus, but Hidayat, that pit stop might have cost him there. But yeah, Martinez going to P5, and I think the Hayabusa up to P4.
Yeah, you're right. Even in Toro Rosso, she's fighting for podiums in the most unexpected ways.
Really, it was really unexpected for for Erika Hayabusa.
So Andreoli is coming in as well, and the question is going to be who will be in front of this pit stop, Andreoli or Hidayat, who was held up by the Zauber, and what was it again? It was Hayabusa. Yeah.
And there he goes, Oscar actually holding up to the Jake Tillersley, I think. Yep. Holding up to Jake Tillersley for a bit, but Oscar, he can't really fight to stay alive in terms of he's going to get lapped. But now Jake Tillersley is going to become a leader now as Andrioli just pits in, gets the tire done, but what about the pit stops? 10 seconds flat. Where is he coming out? There is Hayabusa just coming around the final corner there. But Hidayat's also just about to hit into the final corner. But here comes our Andrioli rounding up the pit lane. And there you see the Hayabusa. I don't think she might be able to overtake Andrioli actually. But it's quite slowing down a bit. Oh, that's just really close there. But I think Hayabusa might have a go.
Yeah.
Is she?
She had a better exit.
She had a better exit there, but man, that could have been a nasty accident in turn one. But she
four-way
goes,
battle.
and there you see, it's gonna be a four-way battle. Now here it goes, Hayabusa trying to go on the inside. Then you see the Rosetta Martinez also run around the outside as well. But here comes Hidayat trying to get his position back of what he lost when he came out of the pit lane. And he's on the inside of Martinez now. Martinez still trying to hang on the outside for the Sauber driver. And he still hangs on into P5, even though he's on the option tyres, which is a medium, which is a soft tyre actually. It's been yellow.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, Rosetta Martinez still hangs on there to P4. Yeah, P5. Yeah,
P5.
5, yeah. So hangs on pretty well, but man, and the plans just turn around there. Hidayat not coming out to the pit lane well in his stops, coming out to exit, but there you see Hidayat might try to have a go once more on the Sauber driver. Because he has a look on the inside now into turn 13, and Martinez splits him off. Still hangs on into P5, coming out of turn 13. And then you see the HRT in P7 there for Ryder down. Unreal there. And the Caterham train
Oh,
still hangs. Oh, and there is a big contact there. I think it's Luan and Bacchus. What on earth? Only just lap 20 of the race. Bacchus, yeah. So it was Bacchus trying to make a move. Oh, and Luan just no room there. Absolutely no room for Bacchus to go. He was trying to attack on the inside, but I think Luan probably defends a little bit too much there. And you see Bacchus just overtakes Luan coming out of turn 10. And yeah, Luan's gonna be pretty frustrated about that, but I mean he done himself.
yeah. The overtake was on track, but it is still quite a dirty overtake.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dirty overtake there, but Bacchus, he's genuinely trying to overtake Luan pretty okay, but Luan just pretty much defended too hard and gave himself a loss of position there. You see there's being a train still being made for another toss there. Also, another HRT driver of Hakuchi Akasa still trying to hang on to there. Benji Rushton still can't yet overtake a Caterham, even though Williams that year is in 2013 is pretty okay-ish in the midfield. But could Lithman Pasalic even looking for his first points for Caterham?
Well,
Could
let's
have.
see, he hasn't beat it yet. Oh, very
Yeah, yeah.
close.
Oh yeah, he still haven't pitted yet, so he probably wouldn't. But maybe. But let's have a look.
Yeah,
So you see now, Rushton goes round the outside, coming off of that turn 11. Oh, actually that's turn 10, sorry, and then into turn 11 and 12. Maybe he has a better exit there than Jay Rushton. I think he might.
he has got to be
Well,
the only opportunity on sector
oh,
3,
I think
and
he's gonna might be late on the brakes, but Liffin Pasalic hangs on the inside, cuts across him into the inside. So hangs on to P10 there for Liffin Pasalic.
yeah, basically have 3 separate battles in
Yeah.
from P10 to P15.
Abubovic was actually getting some redemption there. He's trying to fight Rodrigo Jimenez, who was actually already pitted. Meanwhile, I think Abubovic, I think he's already pitted when he got crashed. There comes Reshton now going on the inside. I think Liffin Masonic just trying to squeeze him off there into turn 1. But would it be enough?
Oh!
No, they almost had a contact, but that is really very close, too close for comfort there. Goodness me.
Oh, so much time lost for
So much
Benji
time was
Rushton.
here comes Akasa trying to attack on a Williams.
Oh, almost 3
And all
wide.
the behind Abubovic also looking on the inside of Rodrigo
Oh,
Jimenez. And then I think there might be some contact there. But Abubovic just goes up to P14 there. But yeah, Liverpool Pasalic, really aggressive defense there. That costs, well, the the Williams driver of goodness me. Benji Rushton lose a lot of time and probably a loss of position there. But Adam hangs on pretty well in P7. Still have about 2-second gaps between him and the Ferrari driver of Max Smithler. Actually, Armin. Jesus Christ. Max Smithler already out. Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah. It's actually, see, Marcelo's actually in a good position there in P9. Here comes out another toss, trying to look on the inside of Akasa. Akasa trying to hang on in there. He opens some rooms for a toss to play with. And, well, toss get a really poor exit there coming off at turn 13, so he has to stay behind there. Has to still stick to P13, but then might give a chance for Abubovic to actually attack on Fernando Toss. But it's still, yeah, not really exactly close enough. Maybe on the next corner.
So let's see. Do we have any pit stops? Yeah,
Tildesley is not even coming. Yeah, Tildesley
Paracelsus.
is. Parcelos is not coming in yet, and I think Pasalic will actually come in pretty soon. They're going for one stop for both these guys.
Yeah. So Paracelsus is the only top 10 driver to beat this lap, and he's not the only one to beat.
Oh, here comes Abubovic.
Very
On the
close. Down the
very
inside,
close.
and yeah, he's made the move stick.
Made a move stick there, up to P13 for the Russian driver of Abubovic. Rodrigo Jimenez just now right behind Fernando Toss as well. But Toss is actually not giving up his position just yet. He's just still very close on the back of that Red Bull. And he actually might have a chance to try to overtake into turn 9, but would he go for it? No. Seems a little bit too far for him.
So Blackwood will be pitting lap 23, but right now lap 22, two drivers are pitting, Ender Paracelsus and the HRC driver Hakuchi Akaza. Dawes has lost a bit of time in the chicane, and he's definitely not going for a move in the final sector, which is a sector where it's nearly impossible to overtake. So let's check on some drivers pitting this lap. Yeah, here's the Sauber driver Andrew Parcells, who's on P9 before the pit stop. He was driving for Caterham last season, and 2 days ago he qualified on P19, so he's doing a pretty good job so far. And is he held up behind Akaza? No, he's not. We can see Mercedes pit crew ready to actually change tires and refuel Jafari Blackwood, who is running second right now, if I'm not wrong. Hakuchi Akaza is expected, pretty long pit stop, but yeah, 12.4 instead of about 10 seconds for the top teams. So here comes Jafari Blackwood in the pits. Andrew will go up into second, and what about Ergo Hanebusa? Will she be in third? Well, let's see. Eleven 11.8. Well, it could be better. Martins, and we've got a yellow flag. Oh, it's Paracelsus. Was there another
Oh,
collision? Yeah.
and Jacopo Holacker. I think, yeah, I think that's another collision there for the Force India and Summer Drive. Oh, whoa! It's pretty much just feels like a similar situation with Atia Backus and Alex Luan there.
Yeah,
Not giving enough room for the passing car to pass.
almost the identical situation, but very close between
Oh,
him and Akaza.
Acosta actually overtakes, yeah, as well into P18. And here comes Jake Tillersley to lap them now.
Will he lap them before he comes in this lap? Let's see. Benji Russian is in the pits as well, running on P13 at the moment. He was the slowest in qualifying, but he's already making some positions up in the standings today, and so he'll go until the end with these tires and this fuel, 11.9 seconds. And actually, what about the leading group? We have Andrello in second, and yes, it is Erika Hanebus in third, Hidayat fourth, Ryan Adam fifth, Armin sixth, and Jafar Blackwood only on P7. Three liters of fuel in Detectively's fuel tank, and he's down to second now, down to third, and probably down to fourth if Hidayat manages to overtake him. It's going to be very close, but yep, Lotus is back to P3 for Adam Hidayat. And it is a battle of Fujikarman and Train Adam.
Oh boy, it's gonna be side-by-side action here, but the HRT still trying to hang on to their arm. It's trying to go on the inside, and he just done it pretty easily there. Down, dropped back to 6th place, but he's probably gonna have to pit anyways in this lap.
So what
To be
about
honest, he
Erica?
doesn't want
It
to
was enough
witness.
for her to stay in top 3, and it's time to pit for the first time in this race.
Yeah, but Hanafusa is coming in this lap, so yeah, she's probably tried to undercut. Actually, well, I think undercut Ryan Dam in the pit lane. And there you see Pasalic, Backus, and Ababovic all in the pit lane there. See, Pasalic 11.7 is in front of Ababovic. Feels like, yeah, he's coming in P9. Yeah, Pasalic is pretty much ahead of him. But what even got Ababovic goes that far? But there goes Ababovic into the pit lane. Change of tires decently.
Oh, and he's been
Yes.
held up by
Oh, he's
bodies, I
been held
guess.
up there. Yeah, he's been held up by backers just a tiny bit, and there you see Pasalic just be able to come out in front of him because he's just having a clear room. And here you see a pit stop being made. I think that's one of Toro Rosso's backers is coming out of the pit lanes now. And the Toro Rosso, I think they're waiting for Hayabusa to come around, and the HRC of bringing it down, waiting for him to come in as well. And here comes now Hayabusa into the pit lane. She is pretty much staying in the top 2 for I think for a couple of laps. So now she's gonna drop back to her spots. Now, yeah, back is just coming out to the pit lane. goes Hayabusa in the pit lane.
What train Adam? Well, here he is, and will he make things difficult for Erika Hanebusa when she will be exiting the pits? Not really. Still with pit stop 11.1. So Erika rejoins on P6 and will be having a close fight with Fernando Tost and probably a bit later with Rodrigo Jimenez, and who will come out in front? Erika. Oh no, it's definitely going to be Fernando.
Oh yeah, Toss probably gonna have to take it there. But Jimenez maybe gonna try to go on Hayabusa, because Busa, yeah, just coming out of the pit lane pretty tight there, but Ghost down in the pit lane, Rosetta in the pit lane. Rosetta Martinez in the pit lanes, where here comes now Jimenez on the inside as a turn 3. Busa trying to hang
Oh,
on. Oh my goodness me! Only just like a millimeters between them.
was Martinez actually in the pits?
Oh,
No, I
never
think she
mind.
was just. Oh, sorry, he was just overtaken by Nico Johansson into turn 1.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I don't know why it came like that. So yeah, well maybe just Adams is coming out of the pit lane, so that's why it's indicating. Yeah, Luan's just coming out of the pit lane. Here comes Pasalic now. Oh yeah, yeah, Luan's in the pit lane. Yeah, that's the correct indicator now. But 10.3 seconds for him. Soon to be debuting for the other leagues series, the Junior Formula 3 series for RBTR, for Alex Luan. Actually, well, wait,
Oh,
no.
no!
Oh, and there's a big crash, a big kerfuffle there into turn 9 and 10. Oh
Oh,
goodness me, it's happened again, 3 times in a row now.
Hanebusa and Jimenez.
This time it's Hayabusa and Jimenez or Jimenez. Oh yeah, just didn't really give enough room there.
There were like two
Just,
contacts between them in 1 second. If Hanebusa kept going, then Jimenez almost crashed into Nico Johansson, and the Swede luckily avoided the contact.
somehow, yeah, somehow the Williams just be able to avoid them. And yeah, Hayabusa drops back to 10th place now after that collision. Jimenez P8 now after that contact, but Nicholas Johansson inherits that P7 after avoiding all of those crashes. But now it is Santino Anterioli leads the field, and just yeah, there is Alex Luan P20, pretty far away. Well, a little bit of correction there. Luan actually will debut for the top class of the LBTL series, the World Formula Series, in well, probably this Sunday. I mean, fingers crossed. But yeah, Nicholas Johansson inherited that P7. Now, all he needs to do is just hold on to the end, but he only has 6.6 laps of fuel left, so he's probably coming in.
And
Here
that's
comes
actually
now.
a disappointment because Erika Hanebusa was spun by Rodrigo Jimenez, who has to pit, just like Johansson. So basically, these two will pit and they'll have no problems, unlike Hanebusa, who is now behind Rosette Martinez.
Yeah, I think probably the race directors probably could have discussed about that incident and the other 2 incidents that happened in the race. Probably some penalties going to be applied to
Yeah,
those who, you know, made the incident.
Usually penalties are not given to drivers who finish like outside the top 10, but there is a new thing in FRC which is called penalty points. For every collision you get 1 to 3 points, and if you get 12 penalty points in just one season, then you get suspended for one race and you'll be replaced by one of the test drivers. So that's how it works. Just like in the real Formula 1.
Yeah, but yeah, still the penalty points. Yeah, for Jimenez, that is probably, I don't know who's at fault there for it's either Jimenez or Hayabusa, but honestly, it could be Hayabusa there for blocking too aggressively into turn 9. But I don't really know, to be honest. We'll just let the race directors decide for those penalties.
So what about the pit stops? I think Nichols will be beaten next lap. Um, so actually, um, let's see the world top 12. Pitted once, then it is abolished on P13 with 2 pit stops. Parcels and Russian on 1 pit stop. P16 Horlicker 2 pit stops again. Hojiakaza 1 pit stop, and then the rest of the field, Oskan, Bugs and Loon had 2 pit stops. And now I think it is time for TLC to ruin the party for um, Lotus, because we could see before the British driver spitted, he was ahead of Andrelli and Hidayat. Russian drops down to P16. Was there an overtake? Let's check on it. Yeah, Horlicker just overtook him. Or did he? Yeah, he did, into turn 1. So before TLC pitted, he was in front of 2 Lotus cars, and as he has one uh, less pit stops than Santino and Adam, he's going to come out in front of the Frenchman and the Indonesian driver. So it will be interesting to see who will win, Jake Tilsley with one piece of strategy, or maybe Santino Andreoli with 2 pit stops but much fresher tires, or even it's going to be Adam Hidayat, uh, who was held up after his first pit stop, unfortunately. Well, let's find out, as these two are pitting in 2 laps.
Yeah, we only have a couple of laps to go now, so yeah, it honestly be anyone's game at this point for the top 3. So yeah, here comes now Hayabusa, drops back to P10. Ababovic will actually make a comeback in P13 currently, but I still have a couple of seconds in front or behind, and looking at Salik there in P12.
Well, so basically Abosh started from P14, had a terrible start with some collisions, had to pit, rejoined on almost last position, and fought all his way up into P13. So right now he has one position gain compared to his starting position, which is P14. So it's not really a bad result for Abovich in his first race for Red Bull. Just like for Rain Adam, who had just uh, one race in FRC, it was United States Grand Prix 2012, where he again almost scored points, but luckily he retired, and hopefully the same thing does not happen today. Right now he's running P10, considering that Johansson's P10, and as we can see by the Lotus pit crew, we already know that it is um, Adam Hidayat beating this lap, and Abovich defended, sorry, Pasalic defended from Abovich. It's very close, and
Closer to the one. Pasalic really just absolutely aggressive defending there. But oh
oh,
no, that's
Paracelos!
Barcelos jumping out into the
Well, what's happened there? He tried to leave some space for Nicholas Johansson, who's in the inside, but yeah.
maybe a bit too much there. Oh boy. Yep. Didn't do him much favor there, but I think Barcelos, yeah, it's in front, but he probably gonna have to give the position back to Nicholas Johansson.
Well, we have two drivers in the pits, it's Hidayat and Horlaker. Horlaker is right now on the last position on P20, and Hidayat comes in for his last pit stop for fresher tires. .9. Ooh, that was a great pit stop. And he rejoins on P5, behind Jafari Blackwood. That's a huge disappointment for Lotus,
Yeah, that's some big gaps there.
as one piece of strategy was actually um, working better than the two pit stops one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, indeed, but still, we listen. But here comes now Jimenez in the pit lanes for the Force India. Pretty slow. Probably a slow stop here because he also needs to fuel up his car as well. He goes coming out and 1.5 seconds for Jimenez.
Yeah, these are some faster pit stops because of the amount of fuel uh, needed to be put into the car. So
That's Alex actually
still on P10.
back on the points. He's back on the points. Caterham is probably pretty much carrying the Caterham team now.
And
goes.
oh, I guess I'm to go back to Lotus, but we have Parcels and Jimenez fighting. We definitely can't miss that.
Oh. Yeah, right outside, but oh, that's some tight corners there for Jimenez, and he comes Andrioli into the pit lane, and he's lost a position, I think.
Yes, he did.
He lost a position and two positions, and maybe
yeah, maybe three. Let's see.
Maybe three there if Blackwood has enough speed to come out, and I think that is.
And yes, it will be P13.
It would
P3.
be P3 for Blackwood.
Ooh,
I know yellow
Abovich,
flag set
no!
and he lost the front wing
Wait,
of his
was there a
car.
tire?
Is
Ooh,
that? Oh, and that's Pasalic. As we're mentioning about him,
oh,
and that's a hard crash.
yes indeed. We could
So
already
yeah,
say that it was
on
a
the
big
side.
crash.
Oh my goodness me!
But
And I mean, look at the impact that Liver Pasalic gets.
yeah,
I have to look again. Oh goodness me! Yeah, the gravel is definitely helping a lot. Oh.
yeah, just seeing this front left tire
And
spinning
wait,
is
I
absolutely
think
terrifying.
that is a terrifying crash there for Liver Pasalic, but also for Bobovic as well, who had a second crash in the race.
Ooh,
Because dropped way back in P14, as you see, Jimenez now inherits the lead, but it's going to be a four-car battle here. It's certainly going to be a four-car battle for the final points position with the Akasa. Also trying to look for the here comes to Hansen now trying to look on the inside of that elbow for
oh,
Paracelos.
and I think they
Oh,
collide.
and they collide, yes indeed.
Ooh, look at how
Eventually
close the
rushed on.
midfield
Oh,
pack
and I think.
is.
I think, yeah, that might sustain the suspension damage there for the Sauber driver.
Well, let's take a look at the replay.
Replay once more there, Johansson just
Yeah. Ooh.
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
god,
he went
not again.
on. Goodness me, what the heck? What even is that? But yeah, we're moving on, so it's probably gonna be all in the solo commentary now. But here comes now Benji rushed on into P12. Akasa actually overtakes. Uh, Yeah, someone Oscar there. Oscar actually. Oh, Oscar into the pits. Same with Abubovic there, who lost her front wing earlier on. So now it's going to be all relying to me now, but you see the Williams in P11 and P12, so they're probably going to get one of their drivers into the points, but there you see Jimenez into P10. Actually, Adam as in P9 with the HRT, and there you see Samuel Oskan. Well, fixing the damage pretty much. Goes, and it's going to be 8.5 seconds, but he's going to come out just in front. Oh, that is just close there. That is not even an unsafe release there, because that's Oscar waiting for him. But he has a 8.5-second stop, which is pretty, pretty fast. So some of having pit stops there. 8.5 seconds as well for Vusic Armin. And Ryan, actually, Adam Hitayat in the Lotus now ups into P4. That's the Fernando Tost there, the McLaren driver. Having a pit stop. It shouldn't take that long for his pit stop there. And there he goes. 8.7, not too far. Not too far ahead, not too far away, but here goes, uh-oh. Is Fernando Tost is going to lose a position to a HRT? And he does. And dams up into P8. He's going to score 4 points for the HRT team there. You see there, Santino Andrioli just right behind Samuel Oskan, who was pitting earlier on. Here it goes, and I think... Oh boy. And it's just going to be really close there. It'll be close and tight there. Andrioli is trying to go on the inside of Oskan, lapping him now into turn 14, and he does. he does it pretty cleanly there. Jake Tildesley leads the race with only 11 laps to go. There it goes now. It's a little bit of a tight pack going on here. P14 Adiabagaz leads the three-car train from the Paracelos and Alex Luwan. But oh boy, he's gonna cover down into turn 9 once again, isn't it? Yep, Parcellos looks on the inside, but yeah, might have some tight moves going on. He switched back on the outside, but then nothing still happened there. The one was actually trying to look for a move as well, but it wasn't really enough. But Paracelos, yeah, still has to still stay behind there for stay behind Diabakis. Now Backus is gonna have to really watch out on his back bumper there. As you see now, the Sauber here comes down. He's losing on the outside instead of inside. Backus hangs on. Paracelos, yeah, not making any moves there. Try not to be risky. And there we goes now into the next couple of corners. See there, I think for P10 to P16, it's actually a pretty close fight for them. But there you see there, Baracelo's actually getting a DRS there. Into turn 1 he goes. Simply okay. But the gap is actually pretty much increasing now for Baracelos to catch up to Bacchus. But also Luan as well, having some effects of the DRS train. Meanwhile, back on the front there, Jake Tildesley starting his 35th lap, which only means we only have 10 laps to go in this race, the Australian Grand Prix. You see the gap there, 15.9-second gap between him and Jafari Blackwood, the nearest car to him. Santino Andreoli is in third actually, and then Adam Hidi at fourth. Vucik Armin in fifth there, 33 seconds off, and then Rosetta Martinez in sixth place. Hayabusa in P7, then Ryan down in P8. That is 48 second flats for the Italian driver. Fernando Toste in P9, then Rodrigo Jimenez in P10. See about a minute and 8 seconds behind. Nicholas Johansson just outside our points right now, but he's 3 seconds gapped between him and Jimenez. Benji Rushton in P12, and then Casa in P13. To get back as a P14, which is all, and actually AJ Paracelos actually put all three of them are within a second between each other, and also Alex Luwan losing a bit of time there for to try to catch up to Paracelos there, and then obviously Jacopo Horlacher, and they're also Abovovic in P18, and some Oscar, and all of them being lapped. And also the three retirements are still now Pasalic, Max Smithler, and Daniel Fraser. It'll be bit silence at times. So you have really nothing really to say to be honest. But here goes Bacchus actually 5 tenths away from Casa. Casa hangs on the inside there. He just try to go really defensive there. Bacchus actually catching up. It's getting closer and closer there. Into turn 15 and then 16. Something really nice. Not a drift there, but here comes now Bacchus, just right behind the HRT driver now. He's just a little bit of weaving there. Coming to that corner, and there goes now Bacchus. Gonna try to go, but then Casas just try to even defend on his line. He still wants that P13, and then big incident there for Akasa. And also the Adia Black is also losing his front wing there. That is not, well, pretty much expected if you're gonna defend the line so viciously. You see flags on the sector 1. And I think Luwan's gonna try and have a go on Paracellos, and I think he makes the move done into P13, but you see what happened there for Bacchus. Well, honestly, this is, yeah, I mean, oh, I honestly don't know what to say about that incident, but yeah, that's Akasa actually just tried to defend his line, but oh, it's a bit clumsy there for both of them. But I mean, Bacchus didn't. Oh my goodness me, Luwan! Oh, just escaped from that wheel coming onto him, but yeah, that's the one of the HRT drivers off the circuit and out the race for Haguchi Akasa. Probably one of the first. I think it's probably he's probably one of the first Japanese driver to ever race in a Formula Racing Championship. And unfortunately, he's going out with the DNF for the first time. But at least his teammate there, you see Ryan Adam in P8, still gonna score some points there. Well, I get it now. So yeah, the HRT pretty much replacing the Mana or the Borussia. Yeah, only a couple of laps to go now, and still pretty much, yeah, but you see Blackwood, actually Backer, sorry, coming into the pits now after that. It's sustaining the damage all over him in the front wing. Lap 37 of the race, over lap 44 now, so only a couple of laps left until we're going to finish the race.
Okay, hello again. I guess I'm back, and hopefully the noise is not going to happen again.
Hopefully, but yeah. So Bacchus at the pit lane. So I mean, what do you even think of that incident that happened with Bacchus and well, Akasa there, Ruslan?
Well, just another incident into turn 1. The defending driver just squeezes his opponent as much as he can, while the driver who's going for a position is just uh, going,
Still your flags there.
yeah, going to the right as much as he can, and just prays to God just to make it into the corner, but yeah.
you see that Jake Tillersley starting his 30, actually not starting, but on lap 38. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to clinch the win here. His camera just so far in front of the second place guy.
Yeah, but
But there could be a position change there in second place as Anthony Ole is actually catching up to Blackwood there. Could be a position change.
yeah, definitely P3 for Lotus is not enough today, as they did as much as they can, but just but strategy just ruined their plan, I would say, and now they're only on P3 and P4. Like these two drivers, Jafari Blackwood and Jake Tilsley, on the first two positions with just one pit stop. Yes, 19 is definitely faster. He's on the fresher tires, and that's his advantage. We can say the same about Adam Hidayat, but um, he's just too far away from drivers ahead, as 6 seconds separate him and his teammate. On B5 we have Fuji Carmin, a pretty good first race for him at Ferrari. I can say that a lot of people were very happy with him racing in Ferrari instead of Alex Luan, but it is what it is, and it is going to be P5 for the Montenegrin in his first race with Ferrari if everything goes well in the last 5 laps. P6 Martinez on Sauber, also a good result. P7 Enrico Hanebusa could be better, but yeah, the collision just ruined it all. P8 for Reynada, can't say anything just yet, but he's running on some pretty high positions for the second race in a row in his career. Fernando's on P9, with only McLaren running and in the points, and on P10 we have Rodrigo Jimenez, who actually is going to finish the race ahead of Aditya Bagus, who had an unfortunate accident just a few laps ago. P11 and P12 to Williams cars, Nigel Johansson and Benjamin Rushton, and I can say they qualified very high yesterday. Nicholas Johansson started from P18 and Benjamin Rushton from P22, and it is P11 and P12 for Benji, P13 Alex Luan. Also had some problems on the first lap, although he qualified pretty high, P7 for the Taurus driving qualifying, P14 another Zaubert is Andrew Paracelson, and P15 is Jacob Horlicker. Right behind him Aboich, who crashed like twice today, and P17 for Samit Oskan, and P18 for Aditya Bagus. Well, now it's 5 laps to go, and what about the battle for the fastest laps? 19 Trail is still fastest. It is 1:27.130, Adam Hide at 1:27.150, and Fuji Carmin 1:27.170. Just 500s separate the top 3 in this battle for the fastest lap. GTLC crosses the line and starts lap number 41, so it is 4 laps to go. can't say there is I can say there is a lot going on of the last laps of the race. Everybody just wants to bring the car home to finish the race, but I can't say the same about Santina Trail and Safari Blackwood, as there is definitely going to be a fight for the second position on the last laps of this race.
Well, definitely, they're pretty close to each other now, as we've seen as Blackwood is trying to weave away from the slipstream and the DRS that he got. But I think he's gonna get out of DRS into this corner. Actually, no. Actually, I forgot that in 2013 it still has 2 DRS zones. Jeez. But yeah, I think Anthony is pretty close. But then you see on a positions gains, Rosetta Martinez 10 positions up to starting P16. That's remarkable there. Meanwhile, you see now, lots of things happen there for Blackwood now, and here he comes now. Oh, please, guys, don't crash onto turn 9 and 10. Just make some pretty good move, and there he goes now. Adrioli is now going to go on the inside, and Blackwood, is he going to give any room? Oh, Blackwood still hangs on into P2 there, and Adrioli is still going to have to yield away. Thought there's going to be a contact there, but there isn't there, Ruslan.
Yeah, it was another pretty close fight into turn 9, I think. But as they are fighting, Adam Hidet is getting closer to them. I remember it was 6.5 2 laps ago, and now it is 5.6. So already 4 tenths of a second gained by Hidayat on sector 2. Three laps to go, plenty of time for Andrea who has fresher tires to overtake the Mercedes of Jafari Blackwood and definitely not to crash into him. It's going to be a huge advantage in terms of top speed for Santian Rail with DRS, Slipstream and already used Curse, 309, 310 kilometers per hour on the main straight, and it is Santian Rail up into second position. There was a very easy move there, although there was some unsuccessful tries on the previous lap, but the Frenchman is up to second place. Nowadays 5.7 between Hidayat and Blackwood, and I can't say that Hidayat will definitely overtake Jafari in the next 2.5 laps. Just not enough distance for the Indonesian to make the move. And yes, it is still 4.5. Still 4.5? No, he gained 1 second on the last lap. Sorry, in the last sector. Even on the last sector he gained just 1 second, and that's impressive. He can already see Jafari, the silver, called the grey car. And as Adam completes second sector, his gap to Blackwood is going to be not 4.5 but 4.3. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen in the last sector. 2 laps to go. Looking at the gaps, it's 4.1. Yet there is another Mercedes on the track, which is Aditya Bagus, running only on P18 out of 18 cars, I think. Yes, only 18 cars are still on the track, and Bagus definitely doesn't want to finish last in his first race for Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely he has. Well, he has rough times in this race, but yeah. Oh, and here comes Fu Sigma Armin now, trying to lap over. But oh god, Ruslan, you know what happened is.
Oh,
Well, let's just hope. Yeah, let's just hope that he wouldn't do a reckless overtake into turn 9. But, well, here comes now. We have a look at Ryan at the dam and trying to defend his position from Fernando Toss. And I feel like, well, Tillersley getting hold up there from the Sauber driver of Paracielos. And, well, here we go. Jack Tillersley starting the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix.
now
Oh,
back to
actually,
Bagus and Oskan.
oh, Oscar really just hang on there, trying to go defend on the inside. Well, he does go for it, and he does defend it for it, but here comes now Armin just right behind them. He's getting a little bit of a time. Oh, he comes now for the toss and Ryan. Damn, just hang on in there in HRT, and he's in a prime tire as well. Actually, sorry, that's an option tire. Wait, I think an option tire should be soft, right?
No, I think options are super softs and primes are
Oh,
softs.
yeah, sorry about that. Miss misunderstood that all of it, but yeah,
No, that's fine.
toss on toss on option tires. So yeah, he's really just trying to push as hard as he could. But damn, in the prime tires in the soft, still hanging on just fine. I think Toz is probably going to have another look into turn 1. He has slipstream. Adam trying to go on the inside, but there he comes now. Adam, is he going to try to even close the gap on him? He doesn't. I think Toz is probably going to go and overtake him, and he does. Smooth, clean into turn 1 there.
Also, we couldn't see it, but Bagus actually made the move for P17, overtaking Samitoskan. But it does not really matter now, as Jake Teasley, with fantastic strategy of Red Bull, comes down the final corner to win the 2013 Australian Grand Prix, and so that's how he takes the lead um, of the championship. Great job by Jake. And on P2 we're going to see Santino Andreoli. He was on P2 after a couple of first laps. He was on P1 then for a while, but um, only because of the strategy he is finishing second with P3 for Jafari Blackwood and Adam Hidayat only on P4, very unfortunately. On P5 we have Fuji Carmin. Good result for him. As on P6 it is Rosetta Martinez, and on P7 another Filipino, Erica Libani Hanebusa. P8 it is Fernando Tost, McLaren. Unfortunately, his teammate wasn't able to finish the race. And on P9, Rain Adam was overtaken by this McLaren driver just on the final lap of the race. And on P10, yeah, great result for Jimenez. On in his Force India. Outside the top 10 we have Nicholas Johansson, Benjo Rushton, his teammate at Williams, P13 Alex Lohan, then Andrew Paracels, Horlicker, Abovich, uh, Pagos and Oskan who finished already. So it's
It
time.
is Jake Tildesley wins the Australian Grand Prix. That's the first race of the 2013 FRC racing FRC season. And honestly, yeah, congratulations to Tildesley for getting the win for Red Bull in the first round. And yeah, let's head on to the national anthem. The national anthem of Britain.
Yeah, and also just to mention, I think it's been a while since all the retirements were for because of the collisions and not a single retirement after a mechanical failure. So
So yeah, decent reliabilities that they have. So yeah, the rest of the field. And Andrioli fastest lap.
the 127.1. So now we'll listen to the national anthems of United Kingdom and Austria. So that's it for our Australian Grand Prix. Thank you for watching. Pausa, thanks for coming. And see you next Wednesday for the Malaysian Grand Prix at Sepang. I wish you a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good night, and goodbye.